Welcome to the Workplace Minute, powered by H3HR Advisors and sponsored by WorkHuman. Thanks for joining me for your quick briefing on what's important in the world of work. My name is Steve Boese. Today on the show, we're taking a look at how changing demographics in consumers and in the labor force will drive smart organizations to rethink their talent strategies and focus on intergenerational collaboration. Let's break it down. We've talked about declining birth rates and the aging demographics of the workforce here on the Workplace Minute before, and now more organizations are waking up to the changing environment, both for their customers and in their workforces. In short, fertility rates are falling worldwide, and pipelines of younger workers are shrinking. Population growth is now slowing or even reversing in many nations, and people in much of the developed world are living longer and working later into life. Some experts think that these realities are defining a new market that is structured not just by age alone, but by longevity, vibrancy, reinvention, and the realities of the multi-generational working force and living. Businesses that cling to youth-centric product and talent strategies alone risk missing out on one of the greatest growth opportunities of the 21st century, designing for the full life course of the modern consumer and worker. Globally, according to the United Nations, 1 in 6 people is now over the age of 60, and this figure is expected to double by 2050. In the United States, adults aged 65 and older are expected to outnumber children under 18 by the year 2034, and fertility rates have fallen below replacement level in more than 100 countries. In China, Japan, Italy, and South Korea are already experiencing population declines. As life expectancy has increased, so have the capabilities and aspirations of older adults, especially in the workplace. Today's 60 and 70-year-olds are starting businesses, caregiving for family members, even running marathons. And often these people are underrepresented in things like workforce planning, product design, even consumer marketing. In fact, many companies still treat aging as a risk to be managed and not a consumer and talent opportunity to be embraced. Many companies are over-indexed towards short-term wins, and leadership pipelines overlook the potential of later-in-career professionals, often exchanging the experience and savvy of these older workers for some idea about energy or technical acumen they believe to be missing from many of the older workers. This is a continued missed opportunity for organizations. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, labor force participation among people over 65 has nearly doubled since 2000, outpacing all other age groups. This data and the underlying demographic trends are forcing organizations to acknowledge that intergenerational collaboration across teams, partners, and marketplaces is quickly becoming the norm and not the exception. So what should forward-thinking organizations do today to get ahead of these shifts in demographics and the aging population and workers who will not only be working later into life, but also be more capable than ever of being key and important contributors into the workplace? Here are 3 strategic workforce shifts to consider. First, career ladders to career landscapes. Traditional career models assume people peak in their career in their 40s and retire by 65. Those assumptions no longer hold. Longer lives mean longer working years, but not necessarily in the same roles or with the same trajectory. For example, in 2017, CVS implemented a Talent is Ageless program in which they actively recruited employees 50 years or older who are often in their second or third career, while emphasizing the importance of hiring people who can relate to their customers. And they note that 90% of Americans 65 years and older take at least one prescription. Similarly, Caterpillar created a returning professionals development program to support people restarting or shifting later in their careers. Measures like these can strengthen an organization's talent pipeline and ensure a more representative workforce. Next, from age-segregated teams to intergenerational collaboration. The future of work is multi-generational. And today's workplaces often span 4 generations, from young Gen Zers to older boomers. And rather than treating age differences as a challenge, leading organizations understand that diverse perspectives can drive innovation and are leveraging these as an asset. General Electric's reverse mentorship program, in which younger employees help seasoned executives strengthen their digital experience, was so successful it was ultimately incorporated into the broader company strategy. In PwC and Moody's, have developed cross-generational programs in which older and younger generations from diverse backgrounds are paired up to learn from one another. And 3, designing work in workplaces for older workers. As the workforce continues to age, many employers are recognizing the need to adapt physical workspaces and working conditions to be more inclusive and supportive of older workers. Inclusive design starts with rethinking the physical environment, adjusting lighting to reduce glare and eye strain, ensuring workplaces have more ergonomic seating, and minimizing the need for extended standing or repetitive motion. Employers can also revise workflows and job roles to allow for task sharing, flexible scheduling, and more frequent rest breaks, especially in physically demanding roles. For example, BMW redesigned some of its production lines in Germany to accommodate older workers, introducing wooden flooring to reduce joint stress, installing adjustable height workbenches, and rotating job tasks to avoid repetitive strain. These changes not only improved comfort for older employees, but also boosted overall productivity and quality. And other companies have added magnifying tools or voice-to-text software to reduce reliance on fine motor skills or screen use. There's plenty to think about for HR and business leaders as they navigate through the changes in the workforce and the aging populations. And we hope we've given you today some ideas and food for thought in your own organization. That's it for today. Thank you so much for listening, and a big thank you to WorkHuman for supporting the Workplace Minute. If this sparks some ideas about expanding your own support systems for your employees, please share it with a colleague. I'm Steve Boese, and this has been the Workplace Minute from H3 HR Advisors.